So let us go ahead and start our regular meeting at 6:39 p.m. Terry Werner.
Here.
Matthew McGovern.
Here.
Maury Domingo.
Here.
Mike McLeod.
Here.
Hi, Mike.
Yeah.
Sam Houston Clinton.
Here.
And the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Here.
Yikes. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. I guess we could just take that down. We don't need to call you.
Carrie, I'll take this. Thank you.
Excellent, thank you. You can just lay that down. Did you see that Lucy went and sat for the head of the leader?
Yes, she did that last time too.
She was such a good. She's the ambassador.
You gotta teach her how to put a hand over.
I do, that's not her fault. Okay, so, public comment, I think we have a couple.
Mary Beth Harper.
Mary Beth Harper. No, but you're the best one.
She says, I know.
Okay, because the council meetings for the dates change, this is a second library board meeting, both in January and February. For example, last week, on February 5th, was supposed to be a regular library board meeting, but y'all had to, so we don't have a meeting until next week on the 26th. Okay, AARP tax aid has been busy. Volunteers will prepare and file your tax return for free. And all the library to register 512-357-4492. And the last date will be April 14th. A couple of upcoming events is next 2 weeks. On this upcoming Saturday from 11 to 12 is Arts and Crafts Hour. It's for children, adults too. Then on February 27th, that's a Friday, from 2 to 3 is Crackers Corner. Got a library fundraiser is a raffle this March 14th. Items include a free 2-night stay at a casino in Louisiana. Another one's a guided fishing trip. Another one's James Avery Jewelry, and there's lots of other stuff. Okay, Kite Day is going to be Saturday, April 11th, from 1 to 3. We'll have kites, bottle rockets, frisbees, bubbles, all kinds of stuff.
Did you say bottle rockets?
Well, there's stomp rockets.
Oh, stomp rockets,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Bottle rockets.
Yeah, I was like, what? I'm sorry, what, man, there's an ordinance.
These all kinds of things. On Monday, April the 20th is a candidate forum. This is for all the main city council. And some of them
April 20th.
April 20th, yeah. Everyone be done. Now, July 4th is a 250th birthday of the United States. The city is sponsoring the parade, and was one meeting so far, and we're talking about having vendors and food trucks, like a citywide celebration, live music, all kinds of things.
My mom's gonna dance.
Okay, I'm sure. Yeah.
What time did you say the forum was? Did you say the time for it?
I didn't have,
Okay, you don't know yet.
it's 5:30, 6:30, something.
All right.
Okay. I just received this information today. TSLAC, which is the Texas State Library and Archives Commission, is sponsoring a reading challenge that goes along with the 250th birthday. And I just have a few of these. There's that. Share.
Thank you.
I'll get some more printed out. Anyway, log in 2,500 minutes, which is 41.6 hours of reading, or state park visit, or any kind of service activity. Yeah, this started in January and runs until December 31st. And once you get your time in, your 2,500 minutes, and actually it's real quick to do. You'll turn that, you'll keep your own log, but then when you turn your library log in, library shall put you a certificate of completion. Anyway, this is, that celebrate United States birthday. And the library does have an exhibit already for the birthday, one from T. Sackler.
And then
Thank you.
next public comment, Dorothy Montgomery.
Just gonna follow up with Mary Beth, the challenge, reading challenge, it does accept audiobooks.
Mm.
So you can log your hours on audiobooks.
Mhm.
Just to let y'all know. Okay, I just wanna make a quick shout out for Terry and her volunteer crew that cleaned up Highway 80 from
The small store to Quail Run.
Quail Run, is really, really bad. It was driving me crazy. And twice this week, I just reminded, it's just so nice. It's beautiful. So I think they're planning on doing something,
Sunday.
Highway 80.
Mhm.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mhm. Thank you. The kids did all the work.
That'd be it for public comments.
All right. Can you
Yeah.
grab one of those? So, I'm starting a new community book study, for the book Save Your Small Town. So we're looking for 4 residents. People have already seen this and contacted me. 4 residents that wanna get together and, read the book. Here it is. There's a copy in the library if you want to check it out and decide if you're interested. It has economic development ideas for small towns, and it is all things that have been done in small towns that were effective to help getting people to shop downtown, hang out downtown, and kind of revitalize the downtown area. I have already given a copy to Daniel Carl. Last time I met with him and we were talking economic development in the downtown area. He is all on board with it. And so we're just looking for a few people that would like to get involved. Every single one of these, they're all very, very simple, and it has large print. So, and there's illustrations. So it's like not an intensive read.
And not having to go like this.
Yeah. And it's fun, and they're cute ideas. And so anyways, take a look at them. We have several copies here. You can just pass them around. I'm sure our conversation is thrilling, but if you happen to take a few minutes out to check out the book, that would be fine too. And just let me know if you want to be part of it. Yeah, so anyhow, I'm gonna have a couple of the business people from downtown be part of it that have already asked to be part of it. And then anybody else, it doesn't matter if you have anything to do with downtown or not. If you just like downtown or you like the idea of revitalizing our downtown, then please just let me know and get involved. I have 5 books, and I could buy more if I need to, but just let me know. I here, you can pass that around. Thank
More
you.
than an hour to read.
Huh?
It takes about more than.
Yeah, no, it really doesn't. It really doesn't. So then we'll just like pick a couple of the ones that we like and try them out. Okay, next. What is next? Oh, the Earth Day. Thank you. Yeah, so we have signed up to participate in a program through the Neighborhood Forest Program. You can sign up on the Martindale website, or you can just call Deanna Martinez. Not this Deanna Martinez. This is Deanna Guevara. Deanna Martinez is the other person that sits at the front desk who's also named Deanna. And so when you come in, she's right there at the front desk most days. You can call her. She is heading up that program for us. If you just call the main city hall number, more than likely, either she or Donna answers the phone. And she is signing people up. You do have to call and sign up because kids have to have a parental consent, because we're going to give you a live tree and it has to be planted. So you have to have your parents' permission to, like, the parents have to agree that they will help the kid plant this tree so that it will grow. If you want, you plant it in your own yard. The website, the national website for neighborhood forest program, they encourage families to upload a picture of their kid with their little tiny planted tree, and then like in a few years take a new picture and show like the tree growing and the kid growing kind of thing. If you don't have room and you want to have a tree, just call and sign up for it, and we can arrange through Sam Clinton, through council member Sam Clinton, who knows nothing about this until this moment, that he will find you a place in one of our city parks, and then you can donate that tree, have it planted in the parks, and your kid can come back for the rest of his life and be like, oh, that's my tree right here in the city lot that like I planted that. So that's amazing stewardship, and we would welcome that. Right now we're on a waiting list. I don't think it'll happen this year, but maybe for next year when we do this. There is also a program for kids that are in rentals where they maybe can't necessarily, if you're in an apartment or a house rental and you can't necessarily plant a tree in your yard, they do succulents. And so we're on the wait list. We can't do that this year, but hopefully next year, kids that are not able to plant a tree can at least grow a succulent at their house. So call the front desk if you want to participate in that. And that will be, we will pass them out at Earth Day, but we're taking signups all the way from now until then. All right. I think that is it for me. Boom. That's really fast. I feel like I have so much more to say. Go ahead, sir. It's on to you. What do you have? Oh yeah, you have that.
So, yeah, that will be, I'm still cleaning it up a little bit, but that'll be a tool to be used when we have the budget workshop that'll be coming up. Probably, I'm going to be recommending probably a budget workshop in June. And that way you can open it obviously with the public and everything, but it would be good to have all the questions answered, and here's what we need, here's what the likes, what we'd like to have and everything, so that when we adopt the budget, I'm gonna guess in September, we've been thorough about it. Having said that, part of the budget, is EDC. And I went on just so you know, I go back to Arlington. 1 week here, 1 week in Arlington. Work from home in Arlington. And so as I drive by, I'm always going down 130, and I'm fascinated and love the Tesla Gigafactory. And so last couple of weeks ago, I drove over there, went to the guard shack. Hey, I'm so-and-so. Do y'all do tours? No. Can I leave my business card? No. And well, this is in Austin. So on the way back to Arlington, I called and left a message with the Austin EDC people. They called me back, I don't know, 2 or 3 days later. The reason I called them, number one, I asked about, can you get, I'm with the city of Martindale and with our elected officials, can you get us a tour of that plant if y'all are interested in it? And he said yes. And we have certain slots that they allow for us to bring people in. And so if y'all wanted to tour the Giga plant, you're more than let me know. So why? Because I was telling you, I would love to figure out who their suppliers are. And if we can get them here in this area, it'd be great for employment and stuff like that. But I'm like a kid in a candy store with all the imagination of having a Tesla supplier located in this county. Would be nice if it was in the city.
Yeah.
You never know. You got to dream. But I'm also
Once we have a wastewater plant, maybe they'll decide to annex into the city.
maybe that's.
Got a dream. Compound those dreams. Why stop at one?
Yeah.
Time together.
So that's the goal of getting a tour of Tesla. On another topic, I have, when I was back home working, on Martindale stuff, I've created a master fee table. All the fees that we've got are in an ordinance. Here, this ordinance or this ordinance, they're all over the place. And so I've created an enabling ordinance to be presented at near future date. So that anytime council wants to change a fee, we can just change that master schedule and update the enabling ordinance with your blessing. obviously.
Didn't you say that, in Gilmer, y'all go through and update your fees once a year?
Once a year.
And so then you just change them all at the same time. Any, not all, but like any that need to be changed. You can do them all on the same thing and pass one thing. You don't have to go back to each ordinance and try to keep up with what the last rate was.
That's correct. And like I said, this right here, when we have our, I don't know, first budget workshop ever.
Yeah, we have
Okay.
had them.
Okay, this would be a useful tool. You can see where the money's at and you can compare, you see the average for the 5 year, and then when you compare it to the fiscal 26 budget, you can kind of read some things in there, like our sales tax is under budget, and you look over the last 5 years and we've under budget sales tax revenue. And so there are places we can increase as it relates to revenue, and places we can decrease also as it relates to the expenditure. So, don't add up the numbers down here on the far right because those aren't right. It was an Excel problem.
We know about those.
Let me see, make sure I got it all. Yep, that's it.
Alright. We still have the vacancy on the Parks Advisory Board,
We did get one application this week though.
yes.
So we'll vote next time. Right?
But the
We only have
application
one?
is still open for 7 more days till 5 p.m.
Mhm.
So just a reminder, we do have an applicant, but I'm just saying, 7 days. That's
We
it.
only have one opening, right?
Yes, one opening and right now one applicant, but we are still hoping for more applicants and let's just get a whole slate for that Parks Committee.
And then May elections update, I'm so sorry, but you can no longer file for election, for applications to be on the ballot. It closed February 13, 5 p.m. Now, I know it says here, the drawing on the ballot had to be moved due to, Secretary of State form that had to be posted a little more in advance than expected. So it has been moved to February 23rd, that is this coming Monday, at 5:30 p.m. I aim for an out of business time, to make sure all of our, all public is welcome as well. They're welcome to come join us in this room, 407 at 5:30 p.m. on next Monday, February 23rd, but it is also accommodated for candidates to be able to come after their work hours if
But it's not required, it's optional.
but the drawing will still take place even if they can't show up. And then just a quick reminder on the deadlines for candidates. If they have any questions on this, just go ahead and email me about it. The reports, 30th day before general elections and 8th day, so that'd be April 2nd and April 24th.
And those are financial reports, right?
Mhm.
Those are just the financial reports of how much money have you collected
Feel
or spent.
Yeah.
feel free to email those to me, that's also accepted. So yeah, that's it for me.
All right, Chico, please. Chico. Sir Tommy Tom.
This is section, don't worry about your reports.
So, yeah, this is,
Yeah.
public safety updates.
Okay, so our, public safety updates, we talked about a lot last night, it's worked up, if you don't watch it, it was great, great job. But we got our gate in at Johnson Street, so our floodgate is there and operational now. It's open, we get the locks put on it soon. Our two at Skull will be in here hopefully within the week. And so we'll have our floodgates all up and operational, for the city. We did our test, our monthly test again with the sirens, and we had an issue. We addressed it and it wasn't, nothing maintenance or nothing like that. It was just an issue with bandwidth. And so we're addressing that and now know how to set it off so that won't happen again. We set it off and the one here in town went off, but the other one didn't. Went and immediately did another test. That's why you heard it twice. The second time was a short term, and both of them went off then, so everything was good.
Okay, and
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Do you wanna do a real quick, under public safety, a real quick update on the signs since they approved the money for posting the signs last time?
Yes, so the sign, the people that we picked to put the signs in have been going around. They did all of their digs, so they gotta put posts in. So they had to do all of those dig, they call in to make sure that there was no pipes or nothing underneath there where they're.
Isn't that novel? They are calling in to find out if they're not gonna hit a pipe when they dig.
So they're in the.
Sounds like a good idea.
They're in the process of doing that. That takes a little bit of time, but they're working on that so we don't hit no pipes and we're putting in our stop signs and so forth. And so we get that done. And so as soon as they get all that and all those results back, we're gonna start putting up signs and everything else. So that should be done here shortly. They sent us a map and everything, so they're working on it, the company that we got, and they're working really good on it.
Hey, Tom,
Yes, sir.
speaking of signs, the Verizon crew, we had those no parking signs over at Skulls, they hit them and they're loose. They're fixed to fall off, they're just, we pull them out and repair
We can see if they can tighten them while they're running around doing
Are you
it.
talking about it, the one on both sides?
I'll reach out to the
Oh,
supervisor.
because they put that fiber active.
They trenched there,
That's French, and they messed it up, when we drove them in the ground, remember those no parking?
Yes, sir.
There's two of them that are loose.
Okay, I'll reach out to their supervisor and have them just go tamp them back down and make sure they're all good.
Okay, thank you.
now for the consent agenda, if I can have two different motions, one for city wastewater treatment plan management reports, October 25, October, November, December of 2025, and January 2026. I apologize for that, so just, go ahead and, if correct, just make sure that on your motions, you say January 2026. And then a second motion for chief of police, all of those reports, unless you guys would like to, take any of those reports, but just, we can go to a motion for that.
We just have to change it in
In the motion.
Soon Pete left, right?
Oh, he didn't.
You have it in front of you, I don't have the motion. Does someone have it in writing in front of them?
I do.
Okay.
So you want me to do it?
Yes.
You know that's your job.
Okay,
You're in place one.
let's see. I will make a motion to approve the city wastewater treatment plant management October 2025 report.
You can go for it.
You can do all of them.
Oh, I thought you said we had to do them separately. I'm
Separate this one and that one.
okay. I thought I was listening. Okay.
You were.
So October 2025, November 2025, December 2025, and January 2026 reports.
Second,
I second.
all in favor?
I
Aye.
All right, it passes.
I'll make a motion to approve the chief of police activity reports for October of 2025, November of 2025, December of 2025, and January of 2026.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, that passes as well.
Thanks for that.
All right, and then next is new business Freeland and Turk, whoop, whoop, look at you, you're up there and we are doing this time.
Great.
You should have in your packet the same slideshow that you've had 3 other times in your packet, but tonight it's for real. We're gonna talk about the designs for the Mid-Mott Road Grant and the bridge design. Bridge design, just for you, buddy. And the slides are in the overhead packet, but then I believe we also have them. Deanna, were you gonna, do you have the slides where we can look at them while she's chatting? Huh? Yes, that's it.
It's really small, I know.
It is very small.
But I just get it like.
There we go. It's a lot. There we go.
Perfect. Yeah, we can go through if we need any visuals. All right, good evening, council. Melanie Norris with Freeland Turk. Came back in, I believe, November for the original presentation, talked through our different options, and then came back last month in January and tabled the item then. So I was gonna try to do just a quick recap, summary, and then happy to answer any questions. So this is here for the mod project. This one had the 2 scopes of work. First scope of work being at Riverbend to replace the drainage structure and the roadway there. We came back with those 3 options, looked at precast multi-box culvert being the most expensive option, and then 2 different prefabricated bridge options from a company called Contech. Option C is their bridge coal culverts. I think back in November, that was what we had recommended in our proposal, and council was sounding like they liked that idea. That was the best value, is that single arch structure. So
Do you have
we
that
had some,
picture of that?
yeah, we're gonna scroll down too, there's one there. It's an arch structure, so one single opening.
I have them in my
We had some
notebook, I
discussion,
didn't bring
there
them.
was gonna be any concerns.
That's the box.
That's the
That's the box that we
Option
said
A.
no to. We said no to that.
No.
And then.
Go down.
That.
We said that.
And
That's
there's
gonna be
just
settled.
type visuals we can do, so the one picture right below that is the one that's just downstream installed. So we'll work with Contact and
The one
Basically-
below it, the one
Yes.
below it is also not the one we picked, right? That one that's on the screen right now.
so that one and the one above are the same type of structure, just different facade styles.
So we could have the
Look at-
corrugated, we could have the corrugated instead of the.
Rock.
And that's something we can work through once we
Wrong.
work with Contact more. Down this process until we kind of get approval to work
So
with that
the
style.
top picture has it's the same as the one below with two pieces of culvert in the middle.
The same style structure, just a different facade.
Okay, got it.
And none of that you'll be able to see from the top.
What would be cheaper?
We can work with Contact and that would be what we recommend would be the cheaper option.
Yeah, I agree.
For structurally sound, because you're not gonna see it
I
from the
agree,
roadway at all.
I agree. It's over the cheapest.
Do you want to cover more questions on option A before we proceed, or side A for Riverbend before we go to the roadway piece?
It's good. We settled on.
I think we pretty much settled on
We settled.
C, yeah, we all
Mhm.
shook our heads up and down on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one's settled.
Other piece was the street reconstruction. So the original scope of work was to reconstruct Northwest River Road from Quail Run to the S curve, where the previous mod project that's been terminated was gonna begin. When we were here last time in November, we had some discussion over the reconstruction options versus the mill and overlay option. So our options A and B have both been full street reconstruction, replacing the asphalt, the base, and the subgrade section. Those are both coming in over $900,000. So we were asked to look kind of further into the mill and overlay option to confirm that GLO would accept that. Because with the funding, they don't accept maintenance projects, but we worked with them and got a confirmation that they will consider this an improvement. Since we're adding in ribbon curb on both sides and it's a bigger asphalt section than what's currently there. So if that moved forward, we would need to get a different performance standard for
What cost
the
of that thing for the overlay?
So with just a piece from Quail Run to the Esker, which was the original length, that was gonna be about $400,000.
About half.
About-
Less than that, yeah, a little less.
So we looked at that, if we did want to consider extending the limits, we could potentially go from Quail Run all the way to Lockhart Street. That would just be mill and overlay and installing the ribbon curb.
Absolutely.
So if that was an option we want to work with, we would have to get our performance statement and scope of work amended with GLO to change from a reconstruction to a mill and overlay and also extending that length, because it does change your beneficiaries along there. So that's just a process. we have to go through.
What's a beneficiary in that context?
Your property owners or beneficiaries, that's something that Langford would help us put together inside to GLO.
So, just to recap, the options here right now, the length of all 3 of these options are the same right now.
With the original one that's in the report.
That's in the report,
Yes.
yeah, so, yeah, cause that folks.
And there's a separate, yeah, if we can maybe zoom in on that very right piece, there's an exhibit that got added, this came back in the January meeting.
Mhm.
The green was the original length, and the yellow would be what we could add to, and that would still leave us about 10% contingency.
So we
Again,
could do
as-
the whole thing.
Potentially, so again, as construction costs change, it's something we'll evaluate. we
So
would
just
shorten-
for those of you at home, that's Lockhart Street down there. It's going up towards eighty.
I'm for doing the whole road.
Absolutely.
Me too.
No question.
Your reconstruction is gonna last you longer, but again, it costs more money, you're gonna get about half the length. Your mill and overlay is gonna deteriorate quicker, you're not.
They got good foundation, these roads are good.
But the only,
We had this discussion.
Yeah, we can-
It's not gonna last as long.
The other thing I
yeah,
would say
speaking that
is,
might argue with
Mhm.
outside, but
Yeah.
you two can go outside and fight it out.
the other point I would make is that, I think our tax base should be increasing over the next 5 to 10 years. So, I mean, we're looking at the projects we approved out on Highway 80. I would hope that we see sales tax improvement stuff. I would imagine that if we're in a position after
I
we
mean-
fix that road, that we would be in a better position 5 to 10 years.
I agree with
to
you
deal with it.
completely. Well, my other issue is that if we could just fix the on the edge right now.
Yeah.
And that takes care of it, there's really only a couple bad spots beyond that, and that's at the curb where there was a drainage under there and it's not working. And that's why I was asking you, I mean, we can't include that in this particular, but that's something that I would say that we as a council need to address is how do we get that corner, those two S corners to drain properly and planes to drain properly. And I don't think it's the $6 million, obviously, that the original grant for. I mean, there's other ways to do that much
There's
cheaper,
gotta be.
so.
But anyway, that's a great proposal.
So if you can, yeah, we would definitely want to,
Did we vote?
we would want to overlay the.
Yeah, I'm gonna outline both options for y'all.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's kind of council's decision on how to proceed. We wanna make aware reconstruction is gonna last you longer, mill and overlay. I mean, again, it's on a good subgrade, depending on how drainage impacts and the maintenance of the street goes.
Yeah.
Just may not last as long.
All right, do we approve the bridge first and then the road second? Or do we do them together, or how do you wanna handle that, Mayor?
Yes, let's do separate ones, one for the design of the bridge and one for the design of the road.
Okay.
So I'll make a motion that we approve option C for the bridge portion of the this grant of the Northwest River Road line grant.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, it passes. And the next one for the road.
We'd like a revised quote to extend option C for the whole length of Northwest River Road from Quail to Lockhart Street. To try to maximize our funding and our coverage
With the overlay.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
And it passes. Ah. All right, ma'am, finally, you are done. You don't even have to wait and hang out if you don't want to. Okay, next up at that is, we need to do a quick, executive session so that we can come back and talk about the proposed water reuse facility in Caldwell County workshop. We have to vote, to approve or deny, having formal discussions with Port Hole for the development of an MOU, to submit to the Texas Water Development Board no later than March 6th, for the possible zero discharge regional wastewater treatment facility. Gentlemen, I believe you guys had a couple of comments you wanted us to think about before we go into executive session. If you want to share those real quick.
Yes. You can speak up.
As we mentioned earlier, the main goal is to be able to submit the PIF by the deadline to give y'all the best chance of going after the grant money. So along those lines, recognizing again, we want to do everything by the book, we want to make sure we have the right verbiage, everything going forward. If ultimately, after going into executive session, if the council's decision is not being comfortable with going forward with the MOU at this time, even if with making lots and lots of changes, if as an alternate coming back out, if a different decision was made, say requesting to take council action to at least say, we want to go ahead and submit the PIF and table the idea of the MOU until later on, until we have the right verbiage, everything else. Again, the key focus is trying to be able to move forward with the PIF right now.
Okay, gotcha. All right, then, let's go ahead. I'm sorry to ask y'all to step out for a minute, but. All right, gaveling back into the general. Regular, whatever, at 8:08 PM. So, we are back after an extensive conversation about the city's legal and, organizational status. And I believe Matthew McGovern has a motion to make now about item 3.2, the MOU.
Yeah, based on, the proposed water research facility in Caldwell County, I make a motion that we, vote it down or deny it for lack of structure for, private-public partnership establishment within the city of Martindale.
I'll second that.
All in
Discussion,
favor?
discussion. I
Oh,
wanna
discussion.
Discuss this. Sir, is it possible, I know you guys have talked, reached out to San Marcos. They're the big player here, we're not. Is there any way that y'all could reach out to San Marcos and work with them directly? We don't have the resources as has been stated. We don't have the engineering, we don't have the law. Is there any way that y'all could reach out to San Marcos and we could have a discussion with them as being a partner with San Marcos?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's not like no, it's just the confines.
Not yet.
The confines of what is going on right now,
Because
we can't.
We don't have a public-private partnership already developed in our ordinances.
But
We
I'm-
can't engage in one.
I don't know how the rest of the council feels, but I feel strongly about this, that we need to do the right thing as elected officials and protect the river. I think it really needs to come from San Marcos and we could partner with them. And we've done it before. And I think it's worth a good conversation to bring them in and have that discussion. And possibly, no expert here, possibly we could use us being a small town for grant purposes, use that person, cause San Marcos has got a problem too. Everybody's got explosive growth, so it's a regional plant, which means regional. Caldwell County, Hayes County, San Marcos, and us. So I wanna put my 2 cents worth in on that.
Any other discussion? All right, let's vote then. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Abstain.
All right. 4 in favor and 1 abstain. So the motion is defeated. And,
Or the
Motion passes.
the motion passes
For denial.
for denial. Yeah, and that's just because we don't have the organizational structure in place to be able to do that, and it can't be done by the 7th. It takes 60 days for us to get that approved, just to have an ordinance to have a PPP, much less all the rest of it. So, yeah, we do want to continue conversating, but we just can't do it by the 7th.
Okay, yeah, thanks for waiting, sorry about that, we obviously we're
Hey,
deeply, discussing that.
reach out to me. I'm a board member with Smurf, and I'm a board member with PRPA. I'm a river guy. And I want this conversation to continue because this is bigger than all of us here in this room. And we need to get a partnership and make this work.
We appreciate the feedback.
We
appreciate the feedback.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, San Marcos is the big dog here, and we've worked with them before, and I know the mayor personally, I know a couple of council members. So, let's have a dialogue.
Okay.
I'm glad they help.
Thank you.
Okay?
All right,
Thanks.
thank you so much.
Thank y'all.
Have a good night, and thank you for all of your work on this.
You need my contact details?
Thank you, sir.
You're did I give you more points?
Yeah, I'll figure it out. Thank you, so.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you. You don't go on the door and listen.
Okay, so the next thing we have on our agenda is a presentation by Michael Olson, our Bureau of Veritas, area regional manager. And he is going to explain to us all of the things that are in our contract, because apparently we renegotiated the contract 2 years ago and added in a whole bunch of other things that we have never taken advantage of. That will give us better understanding and will also help us because we are working on that fee schedule. And he has some very important insight as to how other cities manage their fees with Bureau.
I can't see. It's all good. My name's Mike Olson. 90% of the people in the industry that know me call me Mo. Mike, do you know? And no, I'm not kidding Larry Bird.
Oh, Lord.
About that.
Jim.
I am the Regional Director of Operations for Bureau Veritas. We've been in business since 1828. Pretty long time. We cover the whole state of Texas, with inspection services for cities that, I don't want to say it, they either don't have a building department or can't afford one. There's a lot of requirements that you have to do to it. So this company was started, I worked, a little background on me, I worked for right after 20, retired and thought I'd be done, but that didn't happen. Our services that we provide are plan review, inspections of new single family homes, commercial remodels, any kind of construction, we can pretty much look at it. We have a planning and zoning section that department that does it. We have fire.
And in planning and zoning, what all do you do?
Everything. We'll do 911 addressing. We will do replats, help with your zoning map, help with your comprehensive plan.
Noticing.
So the noticing part to do, so we'll go in, so say you had a replat, we'll go in and do all the research for you. And then we'll say, okay, here's the list of people that you have to go send it to, and here's the form you gotta send it. Or that stack. When we send it to you, you just print it off, mail it, and send it. Because it doesn't need to come from us, it needs to come from the city of Martindale. So we do all the legwork and then let you just do the mail work. We'll do all that research to make sure that state laws aren't being broke, whether zoning request, somebody's spot zoning, which is a big no-no in Texas. I think it's a big no-no everywhere, really. But it's pretty bad in Texas about spot zoning. Help with your 911 addressing, trying to fix that. We also have a public works part of it that looks at water lines, sewer lines, kind of like what your engineer does now. They look at it on the public side, which is your side, but like sometimes cities, they'll come in, somebody will come in to do a subdivision, a whole subdivision, and your engineer looks at the plans in that, and they're like, look, we don't have the staff to be there every day, all day, looking at all that. That's where we come in. We have the staff to sit there and say, hey, we'll inspect water lines, sewer lines, curb and gutter, asphalt, compaction rates, all of that stuff to make sure it complies with city code. On the fire side, we do everything. Annual fire inspections, fire plan reviews, fire alarms, fire sprinklers. Look at every aspect of that on the fire side. Public works, I've got that one. Planning and zoning. We have an engineering side that helps out where cities need that help.
Health inspection.
And we do health inspections. So right now, y'all's health inspections, if you do them, are handled by the state of Texas. So the thing you would have to do if we did them is just send them a letter and say that, hey, we're gonna take their own health inspections. We have a third party that's taking care of it, so we, the gas station, restaurants, gas stations, some of your daycares, if you have daycares around, they have to have a health inspection yearly. Just like they have to have gas inspections if they have gas to it and stuff like that, so we handle all that stuff. And then we're just basically, we're just a big resource. When this all started, when the prior mayor was here and prior staff management was here, we started it, and then we finally got to where I met Diane, I met Laura, and we started working and trying to figure out. There's still little hiccups here and there, they're gonna be that everywhere. But we're here to help them do whatever they need to do. Code interpretations, some of the things that they have a problem doing. Some things we charge for. Well, most things we charge for, but knowledge is not something that we charge for. We've been doing it long enough. on the planning and zoning side that I just offer that, said this is what we can do, and this is what I suggest you do, and then go from there. But my one caveat is always ask your signature. Cause they're never gonna know the dot the i's and t's and all that, and we don't have a problem. Other than that, it's about it. Does anybody got any questions on that part of it? What we can do, we can do.
Well, like, with, you mentioned fire inspections, I mean, we do have an ordinance about Airbnbs where we have a fire inspector come, but even the whole county of Caldwell does not even have the fire marshal to do those things, and so I think eventually we would have to ask you for assistance in that, or what?
So we do, y'all have that under contract.
Yeah.
But it was
Already,
yeah, you already have it through us. There was a checklist that we go by, so people come in, pull their permit, send it to us, we go out there and we check off this checklist that they have already that you provide to them. We've got to sign it, check off, and they've got to return it back to y'all. They can't be operational. We had that, we were getting it all started, and then.
Hobby. Hobby. I thought it was Hobby.
It was Hobby, it was Jared and Hobby, because it was right in that split. We were doing it all, and then all of a sudden they said, Hobby came in and said, hey, we got a moratorium, we're not doing it right now. But we haven't done it. So nothing big question, but it's already in place. We,
And you mentioned health inspections are done by the state? I
Right
think they're
now-
done by the county.
well, some counties do them, some don't. It all depends if it's staffing, if they have the staff for it. Some counties don't have they have a health department, but it's small enough that they can't come out to all these little cities like here in Uland and Maxwell and gas stations and all that, because anyone that serves food, they've got to have it. You're supposed to have an annual every year. Counties don't have it and they don't have the budget for it, so some of them don't even ever get done, and you're like, why do we get sick there when we eat at the convenience store?
Oh, Greg.
I mean, that's,
I eat there every day.
I'm on the highway for 6,000 miles.
I used to eat there every day. I never got sick.
I ate some awesome burritos all day long. It's been a tradition of mine, so, but a lot of people, a lot of cities don't realize that they have to do them, like your daycares, they're required every year to get a state inspection station. Who's doing it?
Well, I think between all of us that Mari might have the most experience, or tell us if he did have good experiences, or did you deal with Veritas a lot in your building? Can you briefly sort our minds out about that?
We dealt with Veritas and they were awesome.
What building was that?
The Martin Luther
West.
Company.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time there. I came down here, I don't live here, I live in Lampasas.
Oh, wow.
So I live 2 hours from Canada.
Oh,
Y'all's inspector that comes here lives in Seguin.
oh, yeah.
So I've got just around this area, I came and handled that one because it was the upstairs and the downstairs and the fire suppression, and we had this and we had that, and I'm like, I'll just handle it. It was kind of in a transition where we had a new area manager come in, and he was too new, and I'm like, look, I'll just take care of it. So I drive down here and do it. Now I have one, his name's Jody Pope. He lives in Pleasanton, but he covers what I call my San Antonio area. Around here, we've got Uland, we've got y'all, we've got Lockhart, Creedmoor. This is the growth corridor right now in my industry. When you look at what we do, New Braunfels gonna grow, but they're gonna get to a point where they can't grow out. What do? They gotta go up. Y'all can still go out to an extent. You don't have to go up. The problem is, just like everybody else, just like the gentleman that were here today, it's all infrastructure. What can you do? What can you hope? Every city has that problem in Texas. Just like the data centers, but they just, knocked down in San Marcos, San Marcos.
No, neither did you.
Y'all know y'all got one in your backyard, it's pretty close.
Right.
I just know this because you lose our client city, so I'm dealing with them on that.
So they're having a tough time.
Oh, believe me, I know. I spend at least once a week down there. And now their permit tech is on maternity leave, so now we're gonna have a building official there twice a week, 4 hours a day. Cover that, so that city's growing, they're growing pretty big right now. They've got subdivisions coming in. I think Hayes County ISD, is that it? Yes. Is that right?
Yep.
Yes. They're building a subdivision for the teachers, to rent houses for teachers.
Really?
To keep them here.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's called Live Oak. 396 homes.
Holy moly.
So they're working on that.
That's a novel idea.
Yeah.
So it's different. I mean, like I said, but you're growing. Creedmoor's the same way. So it's good. And the good thing about, and I'm not saying we're the best out there. I take that back. We are the best, but there's others out there. But when you have contractors that are building, they're building in Lockhart and we're inspecting Lockhart and they're building here and they're building Creedmoor and they're building Ulen. It's all the same. We all have the same rules. You have little changes in the code. Like I've talked to Diane about, I said, we need to update your codes like drastically. Y'all need to get
It's on
to.
the agenda.
Huh?
It's on the agenda, coming up.
One
Yeah.
of them is,
One of the items?
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't see that far.
no, it's not up there yet.
I'm learning as you get older, and let people think I'm in my 30s or 40s. I'm not. I'm older than that. I'm just celebrated a monumental birthday on the 14th. So my eyesight is like gone.
Oh, it was the very last one on future.
It's after, I think it's right after the
Oh,
one
it's on
after
future.
mine.
Yep.
I think it's the next one after this
Yep.
talk.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do y'all have any questions
Oh, the
about our
public
services or what we do or how we do it? I can answer just about anything.
You've been
Great.
really
Thank you.
helpful at helping us revise our forms and get those under control because they were outdated, but then they also like were missing important
Key
information and I was really so happy to sit down with you and have you go, oh, you don't even need that form and you can use this form and let's add here and let's change that and get it up to
20
par.
something?
Yeah,
We have 20, y'all have 20 some permit applications.
yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
We need one.
And the permit, and the do you need
It's all
a
online.
permit application
And none of them were reviewed by bureau, nor were they approved by council.
by council or even by the attorney. So the city planner has been working from the legal team's perspective. And then we've had Mo be able to go through and make all of the recommendations from bureau side. So it has been so much work, but it really good work, really good work.
The good thing is everything's digital now. Everybody, what does everybody have? Smartphones. I don't know how smart they are, but they have them.
Mm-hmm,
You have a young kid at home, they're really smart because they can do everything on the deck things.
mm-hmm,
The other thing that we do that I didn't mention is floodplain.
mm-hmm.
So I am your floodplain administrator. So I get an email, Mo, look at this and tell me what we can do and can't do. Is it in the floodplain? Can they do that? Can they do this? Make them go through the whole rigmarole process. That's a license you get, but you never get rid of. It's very hard to get.
I think the good thing that I'm hearing of doing a lot of the procedural things through Veritas is that it almost is like, well, it's like a third party that gets us less involved in the squishy details and stuff, because what's been happening in this town is that a lot of things gets constructed and done on the weekends. And either people blink their eyes and just act like they've got dust in their eyes and they don't see the real picture of that they need to get a permit to build a house. I mean, we're going through that right now where someone's building a house without one permit and who says something about it? Who complains about it? How do we get ourselves out of the picture? I don't want to complain about anything like that and set up a bad relationship with my neighbors by complaining about something. It's not in the scope of my volunteer role as a city council person. A lot of times you gotta have an affidavit signing, well, I saw this and I saw him do it, but I don't want to do that. We've had it in the past where our attorney doesn't want to get involved in all this, so.
Sam?
Yeah.
If I may add to that, Mo is strictly here to pretty much introduce himself about our current contract that we have with the city of Martindale and Bureau Veritas. Let's do code enforcement out.
Code enforcement is a whole different subject.
Yes.
Okay, so you don't involve yourself in any of
We
that.
don't do the code, so people get code enforcement and building code enforcement, they think it's the same thing.
Mhm.
And it's not, it's two different things. Code enforcement is more of your high grass and weeds, your junk vehicles, your trash and rubbish.
Yeah.
Building without permits and stuff like that, that's code enforcement.
Yeah.
Where mine is, I'm here to make sure what they're building is to code. And if there is issue, and if there is issues, yes, I do I do, visit with Diana a lot and more. We're back and forth on emails, cause that's probably the easiest way to get me, most of the time. And say, hey, this is my thoughts on this. This is the best way. I had a conversation earlier today, with Greg and same thing. This is how I handle it, you know. The way they're handling it right now is the way of code enforcement. If you were in code enforcement, is the way it has to be handled. So they're doing real great at that aspect of it.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I really do. I wanted to make sure that y'all were aware because there was at some point when Deanna and I sat down with Mo to talk about some of our forms, and as we were going through it all, he's like, well, wait a minute, why are you doing that? Because you already have that as part of your contract. And well, wait a minute, what about this? Because that's already part of your contract. And we just didn't have any idea that we already have paid for it and any of the expenses are passed through to the customer. So we should be using them even more. And so I just thought it would be good for y'all just to hear a quick
Awesome.
overview
That's
of
great.
all of the
Thanks for just to let you know that team, there was a company that come in that wanted to do like your permits online.
Oh, yeah. the
All
cloud
this and
permit.
all that. And I called them and I said, we came over and met. And I'm like, why are you doing that? I give you a free system. When you sign a contract, you get our system for free. It's automatic. Why do you want to pay for something? I mean, not saying that Martindale doesn't have money, but most of the times we don't have money.
No, we don't have.
So it's like, and that's the other good part about us and my thing is the fees. We don't charge y'all for anything. It passes right through to the customer. Now, your zoning, when you get into planning and zoning and stuff like that, some of that stuff you can charge back to the customer or the client. But some of it, you as the council is gonna have to take, like, if we update your zoning back.
Yeah.
You can't charge that. Typical, your comprehensive plan, that stuff like that. But yeah, all the other fees, they pass right through.
And if I may add to Mo, Bureau Veritas, because they're so broad in their scope of not only inspections, it's not just a one guy doing inspections, it's plan review and it's also their administrative work, I think is, in my opinion, impeccable. Because I'm able to pull permits from any year that I want. If it went through Bureau Veritas, if it was inspected by Bureau Veritas, it's in my system. It's in their system, not mine, their system. And,
We just had to go back 5 years and pull all of the building permits from the city. And we didn't have, we were missing a million different.
we're currently being audited by the Texas Water Development Board. And for 5
Floodplain
years,
buildings.
for flood, I was able to get a list off Bureau. Didn't even have to contact Mo. Don't even have to go to a person.
That's right.
And it's permit for this day, specific, May 1st to May 1st of. And I really like their system. It's very organized and the fact that it's not a one-man job.
And we don't have to worry about what we have in our file. We should have to, but in the event that we get audited and we have to produce every permit from the last 5 years and our own permit system has like spotty at best, we can fill all of that back in and have complete files.
They sound like an excellent partner.
Yeah, so Mo's here essentially because I think we've had a huge misconception about the capacity that Bureau Veritas currently serves the city of Martin.
And he also, for conversation's sake, just while he's here, so he can answer questions for us, because I think we're actually, while Natalie's here too. Just so that y'all know, as we're putting together this fee schedule that Greg is working on, one of the questions that's come up is that, like, we have our city fees for building permits are $25. But then Mo was telling us that most cities do like 20% of the total cost, which might be $700. So that means that we're leaving a lot of Deanna's money that we're paying her, right, on the table. That should be, because she's doing permits for that much and it's taking her that many hours to do the permit. So we should be recouping that cost in the permit fees and we're not. So that was very helpful. And now we're working with Natalie because apparently we can't do just a straight 20%. It has to have a rationale. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, so when you set a fee, it has to be reasonably tied to the costs of the administration or getting things accomplished or the inspections or all of that. Otherwise it could be an impermissive tax. So that you pay attention close to that, you look at what costs and you base your costs off of.
Makes sense.
To it. So that's where a lot of the pass through comes through from.
Yeah.
And so it just makes it easy that way to accomplish it in a way that's specifically tied to what your actual costs are. And then that way, you're not running afoul of it.
And that, and she is right, and that average, the reason I say 20%, that's the average that people are charging across the state. And for administrative costs.
We had a conversation in council about this, with Jared about 3 years ago. And you talked about that the law had changed, you could no longer just do flat.
Yeah, there's, House Bill 852 came out, and that's the one that really killed everybody. It killed cities because you can't base it off of the valuation of the house.
Yes.
You have to base it off square footage. So that really, that killed a bunch of cities, and then they keep coming wrong. But for instance, you're not gonna make a ton. It's not there to make a ton of money.
No.
A 1,500 square foot house for us, just on the building side, is $795. That's all I'm charging. It's for every inspection, for plan review, it's free. That's our cost. And if I have to come out here 30 times.
I was gonna say, and you have people that fail repeatedly.
I believe it.
No names, but I'm just saying, it happens. So that's like, you're not making a lot.
So we get our stuff by volume. You know, your houses aren't gonna get it. I get it, they're great, but you get a business, you get a factory, you get something that's paying $600,000-$700,000.
I'm glad I'm done. Very scary conversation.
But I'll work with y'all and I'll work with the city attorney.
It's not retroactive, right?
Handle, figured out the fees before it's massive.
Yeah, because we should at least be, what we're hoping, I mean, in terms of pie in the sky, is that once we get the fee schedules that are aligned to reality of what we're spending as a city, like it would be so incredibly helpful to be able to hire a permit tech that takes over all of the permitting, because all of the zoning and planning and stuff takes so much time as well. So to have somebody, we were very fortunate that Mo got Deanna involved in going to a 3-day intensive training class on nothing but permitting. And it has helped us so much to revise our whole system.
Still calls, but not as much.
After that conference, I was like, Mo.
I don't need you no more. You're done. Bye.
But yeah, it would be great to be able to, if we're able to actually have people paying for the amount of office staff that they're using to do their permit.
Yep.
Then maybe we would be able to afford a part-time permit tech that could take that section and just focus on that. I think it would improve our record keeping, and it would improve our time, the amount of time it takes to efficiently get the permit done and, ready to go. But anyhow, so that's just a little update.
Awesome.
I guess that's all. Thank you, Mo, for waiting so late to do that. I appreciate it.
I'll stay for the next one, might as well. I don't know what coach you're going to, but I'll stay for the next one.
So the next one is just to update our building code, but Deanna, about, this is your area now.
Want to ask
So,
her to change
explain.
what she said.
Yeah,
Please explain to us.
okay, so this is essentially the a really close draft to the ordinance that was passed back in 2021. To establish the codes, I think, we're following 1921. Oh, I think it was,
Y'all in the 19.
we're following 19, so it was passed in 2019. And then I just want Mo.
Passed August the 3rd of 21 for the last one.
I just want Mo to verify that I did grab the correct codes that you are.
Yes.
The electrical, the 23. it's just the years, they're coming out, I think. In 2026, there's new codes coming up, but these are the latest ones that,
I thought we were changing it.
Yes.
I thought we were changing it, Mo, to be, that we said that we follow whatever the state of Texas.
That's just I'm waiting for her to speak, and then I was gonna ask the attorney.
Okay, go
Let
ahead,
her finish.
go ahead then.
So, if you'll scroll back up, so the code cycle are every 3 years. Except for, so take that back. The codes are every 3 years, and 90% of them are the same, 24, 27, that, except for one. That's the NEC, which is your electrical code. It's the NFPA 70. Why the electricians think they're better, they are. So they're here before. Problem is, when you adopt it like this, in January or in September of 26, when we get to September, the NEC 2026 will be published. In January 1st of 2027, the state will adopt it. When the state adopts that code in 2026, your code is no longer valid because it is no longer adopted by the state, because state law is more restrictive.
Right.
So what we request for cities to do on the electrical side of it, and that might be something you look at, is put in your ordinance that on the electrical code, the city will adopt the electrical code as adopted by state law. Cause it's adopted by state law every 3 years.
Sounds like a one and done, right? We should just
It's
get
the,
it done.
it's the easiest way, but that's the only code you have to do it to, because the state on your building code, they're under the 2015. So if you live in the county, you gotta build to at least the 2015.
That's it.
That's it. But you see but the problem is the state and the counties, what do they not have? Same as small towns, they don't have inspectors, they don't have an enforcement department. So you're getting some cities now though, that are, and it's another service we offer for y'all, septic systems that go in. Some counties are saying you have to get 4 inspections in the county, and if you don't get these 4 inspections, and they're signed off by an accredited person, we're not gonna give you a septic permit. So some counties are starting to get like that. So that would be the only change I would recommend in that, is pull H out and put a clause in there that says we'll adopt the National Electric Code as adopted by the Texas Department of License and Regulation or by the state. It's adopted by TDO, by state law.
Andy, are you familiar with this?
Yeah, some of them do that. And the state functionally adopts it for you. So if you don't have adopted codes, you kind of default to the code that the state says is what it is. So we could update that if you wanted to pass this tonight. The motion could be with the amendment as suggested by Mo, or you could just say what the amendment is.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Have you a bunch of headache, I promise you.
I'm gonna make a motion to approve the amendment, to ordinance 2021-0803 revised.
I'll second that.
150 Building regulation code with the suggested amendment that was provided by Mo.
I'll second that.
There you go.
When you get that and signed, can you, and that to me so I can send it to our people, so our reviewers know that's in.
We got a vote, right? We had a motion and a second, but we didn't vote.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Then the motion carries.
Awesome. Love being here. From going on.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Party's gonna be good. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, if you need me,
So,
holler.
The next one is. Oh, 3.5 is not happening because Mr. Patton did not come tonight.
Okay.
So, unless he's like under a chair. I don't-
Table that or?
He must be really short.
Is it okay just to skip it? Okay.
3.6, the city administrator, is pending receival of the following. Yeah, the city administrator has not received any of the financials, the actual expenditures for FY 25. He has not received October, November, December, or January, the monthly financials. So, we are significantly behind on that, and, we had anticipated that Dwayne would be here to account to council why he has not submitted any of those financial reports. But he is not
So how
here
far,
to
how far
explain that
behind
to
are
you.
we?
None of the FY twenty
Since
twenty-five
October.
actual expenditure finals for the year. Then nothing for October, November, December, or January.
Why is it not here tonight?
What the heck?
It's irrelevant, I guess.
It hasn't been put on the agenda, we haven't done.
What the heck?
You make sure it's on the next agenda, obviously.
Yeah, we will carry that
that is-
over. The judge is coming next meeting. Y'all asked last meeting for the judge to come. He's coming the first meeting of,
Well, hang on, but that's just
Yeah.
totally unacceptable. Hang on, that's just totally unacceptable.
I agree.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
We don't know why, and Deanna even tipped him off and said, hey, that's gonna be an agenda item so that you can talk to council about why you don't have them, but he didn't come, so I don't know what to say.
Well, so it wasn't one of those consent things where we just read it and
He
he
just
doesn't have to
hasn't-
present it. He hasn't
Right.
even
He
submitted
hasn't submitted
anything.
anything.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, we're supposed to do a year-end review. Then we haven't done that.
Right, cause he hasn't submitted it.
Because we don't have the, all right, so.
Do you know when the auditor's coming in?
He's been here.
Oh, he has.
Mhm.
He's coming down.
Mhm.
So hang on, do we need to start looking for alternatives, accounting support? I mean, I don't know why.
I really like that idea. You suggested a while back, not with regard to his performance at all.
Right.
But just in general, that it might be a good idea to see if they have firms for financials, the way that they have
They
a
do.
firm for the
They do,
attorneys.
they do, when we had
Like,
that
that can do
conversation.
taxes,
If
they
you,
can
if
do
you Google
personnel.
it, if you Google it, there are many.
That's
many,
what we
many
need.
That are firms like we have for legal, that are firms like we have with Mr. Turk, who specialize in municipal accounting, and that's all they do. And just like with the lawyer, they have great breadth, so that when the city needs additional information, it's there and available. We aren't limited to the scope or the knowledge of a single person.
I don't know, how this would, I don't understand,
But I would just say, I think we should start, we,
Yeah.
I don't know why we aren't looking at additional stuff. I'm not saying we need to let him go, but I'm just.
Is he coming into the office at all?
He does, but not like he used to. He's here, like, I would
I
say.
would recommend not having a personnel discussion.
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
you're right, you're right, you're right, thank you.
Okay.
But yeah, we
Do we-
could
It
go
could be
look for.
placed on another agenda listed specifically for personnel, but I would avoid doing that since he hasn't did those.
Yes, absolutely, you're
That's
correct,
Yeah, okay. You don't,
100%.
Sorry.
thank you.
Yeah, so anyways, he's not here to explain that one, so we will just, like you said, carry that one to the next time over.
Can we make, is it possible to make his attendance mandatory? I'm not talking about personnel issues or anything like that, but for the next agenda item, is it possible to make his attendance
I don't know,
required?
is it?
That would have to be evaluated for your personnel policies and
Yeah,
contracts
remind
in
the judge.
place and. We have to look at that.
Okay.
Judge again.
Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that.
So move on to 3-7, Mayor, then we'll just.
Yes.
Can I make a request though? I apologize, I'm sorry. When you get those, could I get a copy of those, please? Cause I asked for one report from him and he's given it to me and that was it. And I assumed you had already reviewed that.
So if I may add to that, we, for various reasons, we always have our reports in our second meeting. And it just happened that our second meeting kept, something kept happening and it kept being,
Yeah, we know there was scheduled.
all those
issues.
things,
Yeah, yeah.
and then in order to not pretty much overwhelm the next agenda, we would wait till the next one. Essentially, all the reports piled up. Pete on top of his reports, Chief
On top of
his
it.
reports, and then I just made administrator aware, and that's what
I
it's on
just,
the agenda.
what all I'm doing is, can you forward it to us sooner than later so that we have an opportunity to digest it? Because that was one of the things you gave me the packet. I mean, I know it's a holiday, I'm not even gonna throw everyone up, but I get a packet, I'm like, that's like, well, you know me, that was the first thing I'm looking for, and I'm like.
Chief, you got your profiling report next, and that has to get, we actually have to, motion to accept that, so
Okay.
he's gonna go
Yes,
through
let's take a
that
look
real
at
quick.
So this is the annual virtual profile report, required by law that I have to present to you guys before I present to the state. Basically, it tells about every traffic stop that we did a total of 694 traffic stops, over the year. And, of those, I went through and I'm required to review our in-car cameras and so forth and make sure that there's no racial profiling involved. And if you look at the numbers, you can tell that there's no racial profiling involved. So we're doing our due diligence and we're doing everything we're supposed to do out there in Longbrook and as we're protecting the citizens here. If you wanna go to, use page 7, that's the demographics report. I mean, all these reports tell a bunch of stuff, but basically who we stopped, how we stopped them and so forth. The number of stops we did, we stopped 441 males, 253 females.
2 to 1.
Yes.
They're picking almost in.
Yes, that's
They-
it. We
never
should
mind.
recognize that. I'm joking there.
Gender bias.
But, 4 Native Americans or Alaskan Natives, 12 Asian or Pacific Islanders, 73, blacks, 296 whites and 309 Hispanics. And that's what we stopped. We go over to, our, demographic area. So we have 618 males living here, 454 females. 0 Alaskan or Native Americans reported. 0 Asian or Pacific Islanders reported. I'll just say that because that's not reported. 5 blacks or African American, 414 white, 635 Hispanic, and 18 others not reported. So that's what our demographics are here. So if you look at our numbers, we're pretty good on our percentages of based on population. However, the majority of our stops are people passing through.
Yeah.
And we're not stopping people.
Right, who are local.
Just so y'all know. So I think all of our racial profiling, so if y'all know, we're not, our agency's not racial profiling anybody, and then we're all good.
You're not getting any complaints.
No, we have not,
I noticed that.
we have not had any complaints, 0 complaints on our things. When I listen to.
Probably just jinxed
I
yourself.
can actually hear more when I'm in the office and I can hear more people coming in. I hear people saying, hey, the officer was nice when he gave me this ticket. I hear those a lot, you know, so I think that makes you feel.
I love this one. Was physical force used during the stop? And the number was 0.
0, yes.
That's awesome.
We haven't had any kind of.
Well, I mean, that's all, that's you saying, that, you know, the officers addressing them in a, you know, that helps. You know, obviously addressing someone in the right manner, you know,
And
it helps a great
that's what we
deal.
try to do, and I've talked to all the guys about it, all of our officers. You know, we do this 7-step violator contact. You know, you go up there, you tell them who you are, why you stop them. You don't walk up and say, hey, speed racer, what are you doing? And stuff.
Do you know why I stopped you?
That just causes problems from the onset. So if you go up there and just identify yourself, tell them why you stopped them, and find out what's going on and send them on their way.
Yeah.
Then it's
What's
just
the
that-
average amount of time it takes to write somebody a ticket?
It depends. If you do your traffic stop, you know, if you're just writing a citation for whatever and you're not finding anything else or anything like that, you know, 5 to 10 minutes.
That's pretty quick.
And that's not getting anything else, but this is our report and I gotta do this annually, Jeff.
So we vote to accept it.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to accept the annual 2025, sorry, Lucy, I had to stop petting you first.
I'll take over.
To accept the annual 2025 racial profiling report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, passes.
Thank you, Chief.
Good job, Chief.
John, what's next? The, iWorks contract for code enforcement and rental license software. That is the proposal up there right now. This is software, did you wanna talk about it? You're the one who found it. He's like, I don't remember what it is.
I work as a company that I became familiar with in my previous employment as city manager, Gilmer. And in 7 years we've used them, we never had a problem with it at all. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. And so I called it, they changed their name from iWork to, they're part of, starts with with an M, new something, anyway. And so, I would recommend, it was only like per module was like, you know, about.
Yes, it was about
$2,000
$2,000 to $3,000, 2,500, somewhere around there.
per module. Right?
Per module, yes. I would like, per module's got different kind of modules inside of it.
We were looking, yeah, there it is, 2,000 was for public works, but we're not doing that one, cross that off, keep moving down, all right, next.
Go back
Go
up.
up. There, rental license department, that's for the short-term rental management, and then go down one. And then that one is for code enforcement, 2,200.
So it'd be about 5,500 or 4,500. 4,500 for, the whole thing. What it does is, y'all know what the stuff that we did in the past and how we try to do it. And so we grew from that. And I created a log and we're doing like a case running log. It's just harder to go in there and search it. What this does, it sort of makes it easier. When you go in there and type in what it is, it pulls the actual ordinance into the report and we can track, I'm just use you an example, right? We can track Mari's business, right? If there's code violations or whatever, we can put the address in there. There's not.
No, not yet.
Just send it right there.
He's like, man, this meeting's been scary.
Council, so
Right.
we can pick on you, Mario.
So anyway, we'll pull all that information, all that data into his address and it's searchable and we can go back in there and look at it, just like. we
And
would
you can upload at the moment with your phone,
photos.
the photos of whatever the violation is, and it will stay until they like sell the house. So you can go back through the entire history of that owner's presence at that property and see everything documented. And then, like he was saying, it'll pull in the code. It'll pull in the code and then it will auto-populate a letter to the person that is already in the right format with the right citations and explains what they need to do. And it also will calculate any fees or fines and they can go in and pay them. And then it will keep track of that for us.
So if we have the issue in the future like we had before, we have pictures of the houses, we have pictures of the cars, we have pictures of everything.
Everything's dated.
And it's continually running. I'll just give you an example. We had a house just recently that we went and started the method that I started. We took pictures and everything and they've gone and cleaned it up. But I'd like to go back and take some pictures of it now cleaned up. That way, if they get back to where they were, we'll be able to go address it again.
That's a very good idea.
Yes, and so that's what this will do for us. I sent through their, I guess a Zoom meeting.
Demo, yeah.
Demonstration, Zoom demonstration, and I thought it was really informative and the guys are really good.
And it maps it all out, every one of the violations, it maps it out on the city map. So that you can track also if there are pockets or neighborhoods that are struggling with issues, then you can see those all captured as well.
And also, like, in our ordinance, there's some places that 10-day warnings, 7-day warnings and stuff like that. It'll give us some notifications now, hey, your 7-day time is up, go back and check on this house. Now your 10 days up on this one. Go back, so, you know, it's not just memory in our head, hey, I check on this. And it's just,
It would be remarkably better record keeping for us. And the one for the short-term rentals, it actually will pull from VBRO and Airbnb and something else, and it maps out where all of the advertised short-term rental properties are, and it will check them against our permitting system so that we can tell whether or not the rentals that are being advertised have permits according to the city. So that would be incredibly helpful, but then it also puts the resident in charge of making sure that they go through and get all of the permit requirements done and pay their fees for that. And it will track any complaints that are made against guests at that rental, which would satisfy several of our residents that have had trouble with short-term rental guests being loud or rowdy or whatever. So it would allow us to keep track of that in as well.
So should we make a motion so we can talk about it?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I really don't wanna talk and go know something that's gonna affect the budget when we have not seen financials.
Okay.
I love what you presented, I saw this before, I did a little research, I appreciate it, but until I see the financials, I'm not comfortable implementing a $4,600 one-time fee and I think the yearly fees, obviously the hotel tax can pay for its, I mean, I get that, it's reasonable, but until I see the budget, I'm not comfortable committing to anything financially.
So postpone it until we see the
I would
budget?
say please postpone it till the next budget, when we have the budget.
So do you wanna make a motion for that?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we postpone, 3.8, the acceptance of the iWorks contract for code enforcement and rental license software till the next meeting.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
All
right.
Guys.
And that passes. So then 3.9, we just had as a discussion, he kind of introduced earlier what he's doing with that fee schedule. But we decided to table that for the time being, because we're still modifying it based on that need to figure out like what is our rationale for what we're charging per item. So, we will voluntarily pull that one and bring it back either, to one of the March meetings. I'm not sure which one, depending on how quickly we can get it done. So then that just brings us to our future items. And the future items that we have on here, we still need to get to Sam's discussion of, the easement on phase 2, the open space from 1979. That's that piece of property that sold, that they own the triangle on phase 2 park, and that is where we were going to put our parking lot. Someone else owns it. So we were talking to them, I think Sam has had an introductory conversation or two about either doing a, what do you call that?
Eminent domain?
No, just where you get a, not a lease, but a.
Well, we were gonna lease it or possibly
Either-
purchase the
yeah.
triangle from the.
Yeah,
park.
there's that little tiny triangle, just somehow to gain access back to be able to get into that property. So that's for the future. We also still have the policy guidelines that we're working on, and then, grant applications. Just up for discussion kind of things. Wayfinding signage, I am collecting, several, estimates for those. I should have those for you at the next meeting. And then, issues regarding the hot tax, properties for permitting. I think we actually have finally resolved some of that. We do need to bring that, ordinance back and just have you guys review it and make sure that everything is correct on it. And I can explain that issue whenever we review the thing again. And then we need that policy for ordinance review procedures as evidenced by tonight's examples from our, codes. So we do still need to talk about that. Are there other items that any of you can think of that need to be getting scheduled?
You just said the judge, so.
Oh, the judge, yeah, he's coming the 5th.
Well, you said we were gonna do that thing for the kids,
Yes,
but what does that need to be called?
it's a resolution.
Okay.
So it just goes under the mayor, whatever remark things at the opening.
Okay.
I don't mean to be rude, can I make a motion to adjourn?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not rude.
That's not rude. I just wanted to make sure.
Adjourn at 9:01.
I'll second that.
All right, and so,
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye.